I'm Kelly Finnell, the President of Executive Financial Services. We're an ESOP consulting firm based in Memphis and doing business all over the country. Today, we will be discussing how an ESOP will benefit your employees. While ESOPs offer amazing financial and tax advantages for owners and their companies, at its core, an ESOP is an employee retirement plan. And an ESOP may be the very best retirement plan a company can offer its employees. There are a couple of reasons for that. First, on average, companies contribute 250% more to an ESOP than to a 401k. Secondly, according to E&Y, one of the nation's largest accounting and consulting firms, ESOP-owned companies delivered an 11.5% return on employees' retirement accounts, compared to only 7.1% for the S&P for the period 2002 to 2012. Greater contributions and higher returns mean much greater retirement benefits for a company's employees. While these statistics are impressive, a few testimonials from ESOP company CEOs may better illustrate the point. I was at dinner in Huntsville, Alabama a few months ago with the CEO of one of our clients there, who we had done an ESOP for about 15 years ago, right before the pandemic started. So this would have been the winter of 2020. This company sold for $1.6 billion. The company had 2,200 employees at the time, and when you spread $1.6 billion among 2,200 employees, you've created a lot of money for the company's employees. The boss was telling me that he was sitting in his office one afternoon. He had an open door policy. And an employee from the mailroom who had worked for this company for 40 years, never gotten out of the mailroom, walked into his office and asked for a few minutes of the boss's time. He said, "Boss, you've done an explanation to the whole company as to what this termination of the ESOP and sale of the company means," but he said, I'm not sure I still get it." And so the CEO got on his computer, looked up this employee's name, and said to him, "It means in a few months, you're going to get a check for $4.2 million. This employee, who had never made over $50,000 a year, was amazed. He said, "Boss, with that money, I'll be able to create a fund for my family so that nobody will ever have to worry about not being able to go to college. We're going to create generational wealth for my family with this ESOP cash that I'm going to receive." The boss said that that was the most impactful thing that happened as a result of the ESOP and the sale of the company. Last summer, I was on vacation at the beach with my wife, our 2 daughters, and our 7 grandkids. And my wife and I went to Publix. And as we're checking out, Publix, by the way, is one of the largest ESOP-owned companies in the country. And as we're checking out, there's a young girl who looks like she might be 20, maybe just out of high school. And I had to embarrass my wife and ask this girl what she thought about the company's ESOP. And she said, "Yeah, sir, I don't know what you're talking about." And I said, "Well, you actually own stock in this company." And she said, "Oh, yeah, and we just had a big stock split, and this is what it meant to my account." This girl didn't know anything about finance, but she knew what the value of the stock in her retirement plan meant to her and perhaps to her family someday. For more information about how ESOPs can benefit your employees, visit our website. You'll see the link on your screen.